Yeah. Yeah. Guess who came back with a large fucking fist to eat the Brooklyn blast furnace? I brought your ugly bitch with me. Your shit is sus. Ain't nobody trying to hear you talk. When Jimmy's on the mic, they take your whack shit and turn it off. It's real life, not them stories that you won't say. He made it out alive, and he's relatively unscathed. So subscribe to the podcast and share the post and tell your stupid friends to do the same. You heard it here from Coast.
My man Coast LoCastro. How the fuck are you?
I'm chilling. I'm just down here in the studio that I barely ever get to come in. It's just I got boxes of baseball cards and turntables. And
You're in there all the time. You put out music like every day, I feel like.
I know because I was in here all the time, and that's how I could do that. It's been I've been in here, I'm not gonna lie, I've been in here the last few days just banging shit out, but before that it was like December, middle of December, the last time I came and did anything. I did that on purpose because I was like sick in the fucking head, just writing and recording all the time.
Yeah, man.
I needed a break.
I don't blame you. I get it.
For else's sake, I think, more than anything.
Yeah. You just have to. It's like with anything else, bro. It's like you keep going and going and going. It's like you just need to relax for a second, fucking chill, take a break, and then I'll go back in with with a new fucking, a little bit more fucking passion about things. That's what I did with this whole podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Because it, like, when it stopped, it was like right after me and Diabolic did that episode that time. And then I was looking for the episode. I'm like, where the fuck is it? It's gone.
I got it. I have that episode in my, I have every single file that I've ever fucking done. And you know what I'm going to do? Because you brought that up, I got to go into the archives and I'll fucking re-upload it because that was a funny fucking episode. Bollock is like walking to the store. We're saying he's like going to buy beers. He's on the side of the highway. Fucking retard.
Go outside and take a piss.
Yeah, he's pissing. Yeah, I did a few with that dude, man. And every time it's just a fucking, you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I did it like before even the Zoom thing. I did like 2 episodes without the Zoom in some weird old man bar at Huntington Station.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, there was like crickets outside, but then like you listen to the episode, it sounds like we're in a fucking bird sanctuary. It's crazy loud and fucked up.
Talking to you and shit. Like,
yeah, that was the second one. Yeah, it was like all of a sudden there's some kid in the Air Force, and I have the recorder right here. We're just outside. It was just a shit show, but it was fucking funny, man. It's like you never know what's gonna happen. I gotta get that. I texted him. I was like, "Yo, fucking stranger." I'm like, "You should pop on like somewhere around 9 o'clock. It's like a surprise guest with me and Coast." He doesn't respond. He never fucking responds to his text. That fuck.
It's terrible what happened to him.
What happened?
Oh, the weight. Just generally being a giant. He's fine. He's just. I gotta say, out of all the people I know, he's the only person I know that truly doesn't give a fuck about anything except
absolutely nothing, dude.
It's fucking. It really. I sit back and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But then I'm like, he's doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
100%. He just does not give a fuck, and that's why I love that dude. It's so fucking funny, man.
Yeah,
I gotta link up with that guy again because I texted him like happy fucking New Year or something, and it was like 10 days later. He's like, "Oh, I forgot to get what's up? Like I forgot to get back to you." I'm like, "Fuck's wrong? Are you that busy?"
No, it's not that he's busy. He just doesn't look at his phone. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he just don't care. It's pretty fucking funny. He's never gonna drop that record.
He says he is. I don't know.
He's been saying he's gonna drop it, and he said he's gonna name it The Middle Passage.
I don't know about that.
He said it last time I heard. He's like, "You goddamn right, I'm gonna call it that."
He says it. I mean, the world needs
3 years ago, he said he was about to drop it.
I mean, he did. Time is just fucking flying though, dude.
Right, it's fucking scary. Once this fucking China thing fucking happened, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's really the marker for where everything changed. Everything is like different now. It's like
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was like in our lifetime, it was like 9/11. It was like before 9/11, then after 9/11, then after COVID. Because you always hear when COVID hit. I hate that fucking terminology.
COVID hit.
When COVID, when once COVID hit, I fucking hate it. But yeah. So, but anyway, speaking of fucking dropping records, bro, got to give you props, man. And not to sound like a douchebag, but when I do go to the gym, I fucking listen to the Slash Coast record. I'm not gonna lie,
That's what it's for.
bro.
I'm sure
It's
you
just
know
on repeat, bro.
trim physique, you know?
Well done, my friend.
Yeah, now that music is made to just beat the shit out of everyone. Even if
Yeah,
your head.
it's fucking hard. It checks all the boxes, bro. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
it. A lot to do. No.
Are you gonna make like a video, like a legit video? You should.
I have videos for almost every song on that fucking record, but the problem is a lot of that shit I made 2 years ago when I was
Right.
doing it. And those videos, I was banging them out like every day.
I
like
know.
I would do like
Right there in your studio, right?
in the other room, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a bigger portion to this wall. Just the wall behind me, I just had to put up like fucking, I don't know, maybe last month because my house, I don't know if you followed me on Facebook for a while. It's been various stages of fucking like my wife's vision.
Uh-huh.
And she finally made it down here, which the whole basement used to be my studio. And she's
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I want the kids to play a room here and this. I'm like, yo, I'm putting up a wall. On the other side of the wall, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Now you have like your cubicle.
Yeah, it's big enough for what I got to do in here. But,
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, so I want to shoot like real videos for that. I would like Johnny to be in it, but he's in fucking Texas, and he's like, I don't know, just I'm probably gonna end up doing them without him. But he don't need. I mean, he only made the beats, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's only
Yeah. And thank you for hooking me up with the intro, bro.
Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. I'm like, yeah, if you want to, like, and I gave you a bunch of beats. That's from my boy Joe, and I just had them, and you think, but I think I gave Bollock one of the beats, and like Bollock did one or two of them, and Bollock did one with Big Left for the podcast at one point, and they're all of this guy Joe's beats. I have like a whole shitload. I was like, hey, use whatever. I don't know. You're the rapper guy. You fucking choose. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm easy to fucking give beats to anything. I'll just rap to anything. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
He actually gave me too many options. I was like going back and forth between that and something else.
Yeah, I gave you like three. What? I gave you like 4 beats or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So so what do you want? Because I obviously I follow you on Facebook and the Instagram and all that shit. So I see what you're doing and all that stuff. But you did mention that you were gonna do how many days?
I was thinking about doing 85 days this time. Last time I did 76. But then I had to go. I went away for a couple weeks, and then I thought about it. I gave myself a real good talking to, and I was like, what is even the fucking point at this point? Because, and the thing that drove it home for me is like, I share the shit from 2 years ago, and people are so fucking dumb that they think it's just happening now.
Yeah.
People commented on it 2 years ago.
Yes. Bro.
Like, I got this shit. It's like, what am I trying to prove here?
Yeah, it's true. But listen, I mean, it's people who follow you, like we watch that shit, you know what I mean? But like, you don't have anything to fucking prove to anybody because everybody's attention span is what's the average person's attention span nowadays?
12 seconds.
There's none, right? There's fucking none. You know what I mean? So it's like if something hits for like a week, like you're fucking lucky nowadays, and then it's on to the next fucking thing, which is completely different to like the era that me and you grew up. Like I like a lot of hardcore music and crazy shit like that, but I also grew up on fucking hip hop, a lot of 90s hip hop. But it's like we had a different fucking deal going on where you had to physically go to a store and buy a record. There was no internet. You know what I mean? You watch like MTV to fucking basement or whatever, and you fucking learn it. You know, you're reading liner notes about other fucking groups and shit like that. We had like more of a passion. That's why certain shit to us is classic and will never be put out. You know what I mean? Like I could put on the Infamous right now and listen to it from back to front, and that shit, which is crazy. How many years ago did that come out? That came out 30 years ago almost.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shit that comes out anymore that's gonna stand that test of time, and that's what I was trying to do with the Slash Coast album. I was like, this has to be, because I've done a ton of music, but to me that's my favorite album. Like it's just all around that, all of the elements that make the Infamous album or the Only Built for Cuban Links. Like you want to come back to it, you put it on, and it's like this. When you first heard Slash Coast and you heard it, and it was like, this has joints on it. That was the plan. Like, not to say I don't try to do that every time. It's just a mixture of between me and Johnny. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it could last.
Yeah, man. Listen, and that record, it's like I had a favorite song. Now I have a different. It's like my joints.
Yeah.
Fluctuate, which is like the sign of a fucking banging record front to back. It doesn't happen very often, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's the craziest dynamic for me because like I'm super popping to like 1,000 people. It's like, and it's weird. Like sometimes, and especially in Long Island, sometimes I'll be out around here and I'll be with my family and somebody will approach me and it's like they don't believe it until that happens. And they're like, why is this guy talking to you like that? Like, it's like, listen, and it's weird because the rest of my life is like normal.
Yeah.
So it's like, this all started happening recently, but it's just a weird place to be in as an artist because I don't live off of hip hop. Like I spend money that never comes back to do it. And like, it's just something that I just truly love doing. So I'm going to do it regardless. So
of course.
It's just being in this place is weird because all these dudes look at me like I could do something for them and I can't do it for myself. Like, I know what it looks like to them because they're getting 12 viewers and like, but I wish I could help people more, but I can't help people. Like,
yeah, it's such a weird fucking thing too. And like just going back, like what you said, like you spend money and it doesn't come back. Like, I mean, you tagged it with, it's because you love it. And it's like a lot of shit that like I do. I spend money doing so much shit that it doesn't come back to me. You know what I mean? I fucking take crazy road trips just to go look at some fucking weird fucking place in some weird bumfuck city where a movie was made 52 years ago and take pictures of it and then you know that shit that I do?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So I've got plane tickets, hotels, meals, fucking all this gas, rental cars, thousands of dollars on road trips, flights, all this shit. To what? To take fucking pictures. But you know what? It's like it's something that I fucking like to do. It gets me the fuck out of here, and I go see different shit. You know what I mean? Even like time and shit when I do like the podcast doesn't fucking, it was never like a giant podcast. Before I killed it, I had, several thousand people listen to every single episode. And it was cool. I don't make a fucking dime off it. I have sponsors. I don't make a dime off it. I don't care to make a dime off it. I just I'll bullshit with you. I'll bullshit, I bullshit with people that I like what they do or I like the person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I do what the fuck I want and I don't get paid for it. It's because I like to do it. More people should do that shit.
That's the only way to really still do things though, because like once you turn it into a fucking job, like I briefly got into like filmmaking with my cousin, and I don't mind acting, but I already had like the knowledge of editing and shit because it's very similar to music audio editing. Once I was able to learn the controls of the video programs, I was able to edit video. Mm-hmm. And I fucking hated it. I still hate it. I've edited a few fucking feature films and I hated it the whole fucking time.
Yeah, so, you felt like it was a fucking job.
It just sucked. I didn't feel the same reward at the end of it that I do when I make music. Like, I like to bump the music. I don't, people tell me that I can act and I'm good on screen and I'm entertaining, but I don't want to watch me on the film. I turn that shit on and I want to shut it the fuck off.
Right.
I'm like, this fucking guy.
Well, that's a perfect fucking segue, bro. What's up with this fucking feature film that you're in that you're going to be getting a movie theater for? Are you doing that?
Well, this is the thing, man. I don't know if my cousin's going to listen to this. My cousin is I don't know how to say this without offending him, but
Can you say his name?
right here, yeah, his name is Rocco Joy. He directed the film. If you think I'm fucking crazy, meet my cousin. My cousin is me, except he's fucking cock diesel. He's got a fuse like this, just like he's fucking out of his fucking mind. So
Right.
I have a lot of those elements. I'm older than him. I also have that short fuse. So when me and him get together, it's like, which one of us is gonna fucking kill you today?
Yeah.
And so, like, we bump heads with everything. The whole process of this film. Now, also, with that being said, with my cousin, when we made this film in 2018. We
Okay.
shot the film in 2018, and then COVID hit, and
Oh,
fucking right in the
the
middle,
worst.
right in the middle of the edit of this film. And we were paying people to do things. There was a budget for the film. It was made like a real film, and people were getting paid. People are pissing my cousin off. My cousin like deals with this shit. Like he takes it super personal. When if somebody tells him something and they don't do it, it gets him fucking mad. It never changed like that. Like till this day, he'll hold a grudge over it. So we're constantly dealing with fucking retards that we gave money to do thousands of dollars worth of work that didn't do dick, or they'll show up to set and they're just fucking high or drunk or retarded just to begin with. So
Yeah.
like that whole process of making films is such a turn off to me. But finally we got through it. Now we're at the point where the film is done. We got I'm not supposed to say this. I don't know if they're going to hear this, but the film got licensed by Amazon Prime now. So it's going to be on Amazon Prime. And I don't know why they tell you you're not allowed to promote it until it's live, but they don't give you a fucking date. So when it comes out, what am I? I'm supposed to scramble. But then the way they fucking push the film is they put the film up, and I get it. They have hundreds of millions of fucking viewers. So they put the film up and they put it right on the front page. And they'll see the retention rate. If the film does well, they'll keep it up. If it doesn't do well, it's gone. So
Right.
I mean, I guess that the school of thought here is like the little fucking hundreds or thousands of people that I could reach organically is nothing to the hundreds of millions of people that they'll reach, so it don't matter.
Right.
So yeah, so I brought the fucking the idea of doing this screening up to my cousin, and then I started putting the feelers out there, and the cast and the crew is pretty large. So by the time I want to have people come to it, I don't even know if we're gonna have tickets to do it. And now the guy at the theater is fucking jerking around with dates, and this happens to me every time where I start getting the ball rolling on something, and then somebody pisses me off in some way, shape, or form, and now I want to tell that guy to eat a fucking dick.
Right.
I hit him.
It's also their incompetence too, right?
Yeah, it's just a fucking like he answered the fucking email originally. I told him what we wanted to do. He's like, "Yeah, definitely, yes, of course, yes, we're totally down to do that." Because
Jerking you off.
yeah, well, no, he told me the price and all of this shit, and I'm like, "Sure, fine, that's nothing." It
Right.
was $300 fucking dollars, bro. Like
That's it.
for a whole fucking theater. I'll make the money back just by selling tickets.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so tell me when the date is. Fucking crickets for the last week and a half. I haven't heard shit. Like, what? I gotta go there and fucking knock on the door and see this
Yeah.
guy. So that makes me not want to do the fucking screening. But I'm gonna do a screening. I want to do. We did it the first time. We had another movie called Take It Back. We made that in 2014, and we sold out 400 fucking tickets at Glen Cove Theater. It's cool. It's different than hip hop shit. It's like the events are more. I don't know. You go to a hip hop event, everybody's fucking hammered and everybody wants to fight. And
Yeah.
this shit, people with money come out and they watch and they want to make deals and they want to talk about what you're doing in the future. The film
Yeah.
business is just a bunch of fucking weird jerk offs, bro. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, I can only imagine.
so
What's the name of the movie?
the name of the movie is Even the Score.
Okay.
Cousin, all right, so me and my cousin wrote the other thing that was called Take It Back, and then this time around after Take It Back we got into all of our classic fucking head butting the whole time we did that. And I just told him straight up, I'm like, Rocco, if you want this thing to happen, I can't write it with you because we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things writing wise. He has a very unique way of storytelling. He has a unique way of speaking. My whole family's from the Bronx. They never left. He lives in Yonkers now. He lived in Pelham, like all the suburbs right outside the Bronx. So it's
Yeah.
all like, he wanted to tell the story a certain way and have the characters speak a certain way. And a lot of times we would butt heads on things, and then we would bring actors in, and they could not. At least I understand like that dynamic of what it's like to be from the Bronx and dealing with people that are from the Bronx and certain shit. But we'll cast like some weird white kid from some fucking out of town place that came to New York to be an actor, and he'll just be like, "Oh, well, why does he say that like this? It should be like this." And it's constant shit, and I can't deal with that part of it. Like,
no, fuck all that.
yeah. So this time around, he wrote the story with a kid that he grew up. I know the kid too, just because he's one of my cousin's best friends. His name is Rob Woolman. And as long as I've known my cousin, sort of, he's always been in the picture, since way back when I would hang out with my cousin 20 years ago. He'd bring Rob. So I knew the kid. It was, so when we started working on the film, it was just like easy. You know what I mean? They work well together because Rob is the complete opposite of my cousin. Just total even keel, chill. Right. We actually, by the end of the fucking film, he was telling people to go fuck themselves, dealing with us every day.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. I'm a lot to deal with. My cousin is even more to deal with. So I have to deal with two fucking complete maniacs all the time.
Yeah. After a while, people start fucking snapping. I get it.
Yeah, he kept his composure, but he's quick to. There's a scene. I don't know. I shared a clip of the scene where I was yelling at the dude that was my brother.
Yes.
That's Rob. That's that.
Okay. All right.
So that, like, when we did that scene that day, every other scene he was in prior to that was sort of more like low key and he's composed. And then after that, I was like, damn, this motherfucker really got it in him. It was like, I was proud. It was a moment where I was like, this motherfucker, he could really do this fucking acting shit, because we never really put him in a scene that was like that, trying on his like emotional state and having to react to what I was doing, and like he killed that shit. That was awesome.
Nice. Yo, man, I hope it fucking takes off, and hopefully this fucking jack job fucking gets back to you with a date and a time and all that shit. Because like I said, because I hit you up, I think I was like, I saw you posted that, and I'm like, I'm 100% there as long as it's not like 5 o'clock.
That's the other problem. All these jerk offs want to give you like a fucking Tuesday or something, but I understand that because it's a movie theater and like.
Well, yeah, but as long as even if it's later on, that would be cool. Like people got work and shit. Like I work in Manhattan, so I would wind up having I take the train home and I would jump in my car and fucking fly out to the island.
Right. So if we do it, I'm looking at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Most likely 8. They want to do 8 because then they wrap up before midnight, get everybody the fuck out of here.
Yeah, see, that would work. That I mean, I'm not the only fucking one, obviously, but like that's something like that would work for me. I cut out of work like a fucking hour early just so I don't feel like I'm all rushed.
Yeah,
I take a shower, wash my
face. Everybody I know would be on the same kind of shit. Like I got work tomorrow, but I know a lot of people would come. That's the other thing. My cousin was sort of like second guessing. I don't think he doesn't even realize how many people that I could pull in Long Island. Like especially the theater is in the town. Like the dude who's the DP on the film, he's younger than me. He's like 30, 32, probably like 32 now. Okay. But the theater is in Seaford, New York, which is out like right before Suffolk. I don't know if you know. You know where All American is in Massapequa?
I know where Massapequa is. I don't know that specific spot.
Oh, you have to go to All American, bro. It's the greatest burger spot in the world.
Is it?
Seaford is one town before that. So everybody, when I try to tell people what Seaford is, everybody knows Massapequa. So, yeah. But this kid is from there. I went to school in Seaford for a few years. So that's how I pitched it to the guy at the theater. I was like, I'm from there. This kid's from there. We'll do like a whole event. I don't think having 100 people come out to there would be hard at all.
Right.
But a lot of people think now because of COVID, since COVID hit, bro, everywhere you turn, everybody wants to make excuses for everything with that.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking there's still excuses now that they use COVID for. Still,
everything, one way or another, COVID did it.
So yeah, COVID did it, bro. Like I was just talking to somebody about like this because I'm in a union. I'm in 32 BJ in the union, and this happened to be a contract year, right? Every 4 years is a contract year. So this year was a contract year. So we all thought that we were going to go on strike, right? Because the real estate agency board is the one that fucking wheels and deals and fucking goes back and forth with my union about what they want, blah, 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 all this bullshit, all this political nonsense. So they fucking the real estate agency board is saying, well, listen, because I work in the commercial sector, and they're all douchebag, like white collar, fucking criminal, fucking Wall Street traders and shit. All that shit's in my building. It's not residential or anything, so they're all just like douchebags. So they're all saying, well, all these kinds of companies, they're all suffering because of COVID, and it's just like, bro, COVID's over fucking a couple of years now. Everybody, all the buildings are back. Everybody's back to fucking work. And it's their choice if they want to work remotely. It's just everyone is back. Stop the bullshit. They're all still crying poverty over what? Fucking COVID. It's like, yeah, but all of us union people were the brave ones to fucking that went in during COVID and lockdowns and shit like that and worked. So what the fuck? Yeah, but we didn't go on strike and we got like mad fucking raises and bonuses and all kinds of shit. But it's just like they're trying to pull the COVID card almost 3 years after it was a fucking wrap.
Well, I mean, pneumonia had a fabulous fucking publicist too. So.
Yes, it did.
And this shit came full circle for me not too long ago when I don't know if it was my mother or my mother-in-law.
Had a fabulous publicist.
Somebody was like, put your coat on, you're going to catch a COVID. And my grandmother used to say, put a coat on, you're going to catch pneumonia.
Yeah.
So, here now, COVID took over, baby. That's
it. COVID's like the new Don.
That's it. Yeah, so.
That's fucking hilarious. Pneumonia had a fabulous publicist.
They did. They were fucking.
Bro, it was a fucking social experiment, bro. And we proved to the fucking higher up douchebags, whoever the fuck they are, that we're fucking as a collective mass society, we're obedient as fuck, dude.
Oh, I wasn't. I would just.
Oh no, me neither.
Shit, I would walk into the grocery store and
put
your mask. I would just walk past.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, bro. I'd be on the train. Everybody, bro, do you know that there was people, they swear to God, they looked like fucking, like Ed Norton in The Honeymooners, like when he had the fucking Captain Video fucking glass fishbowl around his head. Do you know that there was fucking people on the train like that? No, like the fucking hazmat suits?
The fuckers were with the fucking canister fucking mask.
Yeah! What is this fucking, there's no nuclear fallout, homie. It's crazy. Bro, so I'm on the train with no mask. Everyone's looking at me like I'm the fucking psycho, not the guy that looks like he has a fishbowl around his head. And I have my gay little fucking stupid fucking, my only vice I have anymore is my gay little fucking vape. And I'm sitting there in the middle of the fucking train, just blowing it. Like, you can't smoke. If you have COVID, you're going to infect the whole train car. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, so everybody will be dead by tomorrow then. Fuck you.
Right, more elbow room for me because I still got to go to work tomorrow. Fuck out of here.
Dude, the first, like, COVID 1.0, I got that shit. I almost fucking died.
I got it too, and I was fucked up. Bro. But I'm here. You know what I like to say? You know who gave me COVID, I think? There's one of two people that gave me COVID. No joke. It was either the actor Eric Roberts or Amber Lynn.
Amber Lynn. I could tell you stories about Amber Lynn.
Or was it Ginger Lynn? No, Amber Lynn. Amber Lynn.
That's crazy. That's not the worst thing you could have caught from Amber Lynn.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Yeah, she's a train disaster area. We were all hanging out at a convention at the Showboat in fucking Atlantic City. She's running around grabbing people's asses and shit. The next day, everyone was like, yeah, she feels sick and she couldn't come out, whatever. The next night, COVID. Amber Lynn gave me COVID.
Probably. I mean, I shouldn't say bad things about Amber Lynn. That's not nice. Amber Lynn.
That's not nice. I got like dirty porn actress COVID. I got like the dirty version.
I'm saying you could have got fucking syphilis or something.
I could have.
Yeah.
Wind up like Al Capone with brain damage and shit.
Oh shit. Maybe that's what happened to me.
I
don't think I ever had syphilis. Did it just
I think you would know, bro.
Dude, there was times in my life where I don't know what was going on down there.
We all got stories.
There was some pretty fucking sketchy times. I was putting my penis in some really disgusting whores. So, who knows?
Isn't that what you do in your teenage years and in your early 20s and shit,
Yeah, that's what everybody's doing. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. It's like a rite of passage. Bro, do you remember when fucking HIV tests took like 2 weeks to come back?
Yeah, I do. That was a whole. I always did all my HIV testing through my partners. It's like, oh, you don't have it, right? And yeah, I fucked you 6 months ago, so
Right, that's several, and I'm just like the 2 week anticipation. I'd be having a fucking heart attack.
oh,
Like
yeah.
this girl is a fucking animal savage. Like God only knows, man. I go right to the doctor, they take blood, and then sweat it out for 2 weeks. Be nervous as fuck walking back in there to get the results.
There,
Bad.
there was this one time. This was not for HIV, but I moved to Florida when I was fucking like 24 with my boys, and I was on a tear of fucking disgusting women before that, after that. But I went to a fucking Planned Parenthood or whatever the fuck it was called in Florida, same kind of like walk-in dick clinic. And this young, hot fucking doctor was there. And like, I got nothing to be ashamed of, especially back then. I was in really good shape and I got a pretty big dick. And she's got the gloves on and she's looking at it. And she goes, you know what it sounds like to me? Because I was like, just look at it. Is there, I'm convinced that there was something on it. And she's like, these are pearly penile papules. I'll never forget what she said.
What the fuck is that?
It's just a normal thing that's on dicks. Like I was so fucked up that I had was examining my dick like close up. And she's like, well, it sounds like to me you've been putting this in some pretty bad places. But she's holding it in her hand. Like this.
It sounds like to me, what is it talking to you, lady?
I mean, like that. She was like, and then she takes the gloves off and she's like, just be more careful, and walks out. I'm like,
that's fucking awesome.
You bitch.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't think like that.
Yeah, but we can't just say because if there's women listening, they're like, oh, these guys are fucking disgusting. Like they don't hop from cock to cock to cock like themselves,
That's what they did. But I'm married now. I don't do any of it. I don't even have sex with my wife anymore. I just get her pregnant every 9 months.
I was just gonna say, well, you did about 9 months ago.
No, she's like almost 7 months pregnant.
Okay, yeah, she I saw. You post some funny shit. I always wonder. I was like, I wonder, like, because your wife is on Facebook too, no?
Yeah, she is. But
does she see the shit? Does she like laugh or smack your face?
In the beginning, like when I first started fucking dating her, she would like. She's when I'm like 9 or 10 years older than her, depending on the part of the year we're in. So, like, she's like, they're totally different. That generation. I'm 42, so she's 32 or 33. I don't even know. But like the internet to them is something different than it is to us. And I always treated it like a fucking shit show once I
because it is. Yeah, that's how I treat it. I don't give a fuck. It's stupid.
So in the beginning, it was like, you posted that on Facebook? And now she just looks at it. She's like, you're a fucking retard. Like,
yeah.
And like, I don't know. Did you ever see the sauce video I did? Where it's how to make fucking tomato sauce, it's called.
I don't think so, but you know what I'm watching when we're done?
Yeah, it's on a page on Facebook called Italians Be Like. It has like 4 million views.
Oh, I know that. I know that page. Okay.
Every one of her family members saw that shit and didn't realize it was me and thought it was hilarious until they found out it was me. Because in the video, it's her whole family. We would like make sauce. Like Italian people jar sauce and then fucking. So I just filmed that one day when we were doing it one year, and then it wasn't even the same year. Like a year or two later, I'm sitting in my house. I don't even know if you ever met Laro. He's a producer. He used to fucking drive me and Diabolic around and go to bars with us and hang out. He's a fucking nut job too, and fucking he was at my house. And I cut the video up, all the steps, and then I just pushed record and did a voiceover over it. One thing. And put it on fucking Facebook and YouTube and everywhere. And this Italian Be Like found the shit and put it up, and it just went fucking crazy.
I gotta fucking search that out, man.
It's hilarious. It's really fucking funny. And but her uncle was like, you don't talk like that. Her grandfather saw it. And these are all old school fucking, guys with that bravado. And they're all like, you see this fucking kid, what he's talking about in the fucking video? And I'm like, listen to them talk.
Yeah, you hear? You're like a parody of yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I grew up around all of that shit, bro. Like my jerk off stepfather, he's 100% Sicilian. all of his knucklehead friends with all their jerk off nicknames and everything. It's like they pulled you off of a Scorsese set. It's ridiculous, bro.
Trust me, I had a front row seat to that life.
Oh, so did I. Lived in Howard Beach, the whole fucking deal, bro. The whole deal.
When my parents got divorced, my father moved to Howard Beach, 89th. You remember Fuddruckers?
Of course, Fuddruckers. They had good burgers.
Oh yeah, well, they had good video games. He used to give me a fucking stack of quarters. I'd go to Fuddruckers and fucking try to make friends with kids from Howard Beach, and they would.
Oh yeah, there was right across the street from Russo's on the Bay, Goomba Central, right there. My sister had her fucking wedding there. It was a fucking what a scene, bro. Fucking scene, insane.
Back then, we're talking about that had to be 92.
I moved to Howard Beach in 90, and then I moved out. I lived on 79th between 160th and 161st, right, like a block from the Weeds.
Yeah.
Remember the Weeds back there that every year they would catch on fire? Some jerk off would light a newspaper and light it on fire so they could all ride their dirt bikes and their four-wheelers in there.
Yeah.
All the time. My mother would have a heart attack. She'd be standing in her bedroom, and it was like we were like a block and a half away, and it would look like a fucking like hell opened up because the whole thing would just be ablaze. She would have a heart attack. Like my house is gonna catch on fire and shit.
Fucking smell for 2 months like burnt asshole.
Yeah, burnt assholes. Yes. Yeah, but Howard Beach was a shit show. Yeah, I grew up around all that shit, dude. Fucking, and it's like you hear them, and I say certain shit on purpose in a mocking fashion. All that fucking, what did you put out? It was a while back. It's like a half hour long. It was like Gabagool Part 1 with G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
Gabagool Part 1. What else would you call it?
I don't know. I was just sitting there fucking. I watched The Sopranos over at least once a year. Put it on.
Yeah, just throw it on. You can just leave it on.
Fucking Tony, every time he gets stressed out, he's in the fridge with the fucking gabagool.
With the fucking cold cuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, Howard Beach is a fucking planet in and of itself.
Yeah, it was definitely different for me going there from Long Island and shit. I was born in the Bronx. We moved out of there before I could fucking even remember, but we always went back. My grandmother, my cousin, my whole family was there. So holidays, everything was based around there. Everything. My father was from the Castle Hill projects. So it's like that this is a person that doesn't exist anymore. A white guy from the Castle Hill projects. Well,
that's like not even doesn't even make sense like at this point.
So it's a totally different, like, people would never even be able to place that person if you dropped them in a room somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
where did this thing come from?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And then I moved to Pelham Bay. I don't know if you're familiar with the Bronx, but Pelham Bay is like the last part of the Bronx.
Little bit. Never really hung out. There was no reason for me. I didn't really have friends there. I'm a little familiar.
But I moved to the neighborhood where then after the projects, or I don't know if it was before or after, he moved to Pelham Bay before we moved to Long Island. And I moved directly behind my aunt's house. So everybody in the neighborhood, like I lived in a house behind her house, in a different house. Everybody in the neighborhood, hey, it's Philly's son. Hey, come here. Come over here. Nah, come on. I don't care you go to work. Come on. Come over here.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's ridiculous. It's like a fucking performance. It's insane. Yeah. It was very weird because like me, I grew up in Canarsie as a kid. I had a couple of different apartments in Canarsie and shit like that. Then my parents divorced and I went with my father and I lived in Rockaway for a couple of years. And then I left that, and then I went back with my mother and my stepfather back to he had bought a house in Canarsie. Then I got stuck up by gunpoint by two dudes on my corner for my leather black and blue Task Force jacket. I don't know if you remember Task Force.
Yeah,
and then it was like the same week where his like Cadillac or Lincoln or whatever it was got stolen right out of the driveway. And I swear to God, I think it was Roy DeMayo's whole fucking car fucking thievery fucking ring because it was the same neighborhood. But anyway, so then we moved to Howard Beach. And then I lived there from like 90, and I would be standing in the backyard. It's like, why does my stepfather? He has like koi fish ponds he had built. It's just like like I came from like having zero, like in Rockaway, like no food, fucking latchkey kid, fucking. And I'm standing there with all my hoodlum friends drinking like 40s, have like a Yankee hat on, like Timberlands on, and these guys have like leisure suits and slippers and fucking pinky rings. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like my friend Danny, rest in peace. I'm like, bro, what? Like it was so weird that I came from that and I felt like I was standing in a movie. I'm like, I don't even know I don't even know why I'm here. It makes no sense. It just makes no sense why I'm here right now.
It's crazy. You're a couple years older than me, so
48.
All right, I'm 42. So when I was my mother and father got divorced. My mother moved to Franklin Square in 1996. She sold a house in Seaford. And she moved in with this dude who was just like I'm not even gonna tell you his name. But
fine.
In Franklin Square. And this was at the height, well, the beginning of The Sopranos. Now, after I was there a couple years, was that 98 or 99? And everybody was hardcore Italian. Like the whole world, even people who weren't Italian, were Italian.
Yeah.
But in Franklin Square, you might as well have been in Italy because Franklin Square is Italy.
Yeah.
So now you've got all these fake Goombas versus the real ones. And like, it was like a war going on of like who's the bigger guinea and who like it this it's crazy. It was crazy because I'm Italian, but you know, we weren't trying to be Italian. It's just something that it's just what happened.
Yeah.
Out here, the people were like, there was that extra pride, and it was weird for me because it was like the same thing you said. This is my stepfather had fucking koi ponds, and the guy who was in charge lived 3 houses down, and careful what you say to him or his son. Don't get involved with the son. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like it was a weird fucking time. Like everybody, it felt like, you know, and all of the shit that was happening in The Sopranos where Meadow was taking E-bombs and they would go into the city. It's like we were doing all that shit at that point. And you like, I think that's why I watch it now because all of this shit when he got the little fucking Motorola flip phones that everybody had and the
little fucking antenna, you pull out the little fucking antenna.
I see it's so nostalgic to me. That was like it was a good time up until it wasn't. When I
100%.
I met my first wife. That's when it was all over after that.
It's a fucking wrap.
I think about what would have life been like if I didn't do that. I like that didn't come. It comes up all the time. Like
your first wife?
My first wife, yeah, my ex-wife. I only have one ex-wife. I only have one wife now.
Right. Well, I had no idea. Why would I know that you had another wife? I don't know these things, but okay.
Well, I mean, you may. Well, at some point, once you become on her radar, you might get to meet her. Dude, she runs around hip hop. And anywhere that'll listen to her tell her story about how she's my ex-wife and how she's responsible for my rap career.
She's one of them.
She used to promote me and
How fucking cliche.
She didn't do a fucking thing when I was with her. She had back when we didn't have a car, she had one. Right. She picked us. There's one time she likes to tell everybody about how she drove me, Diabolic, and Immortal Technique to fucking some show we were doing in New Jersey, but she knows all the intimate details about it and tells everybody. I've heard the story 1,000 times, and I don't even remember the event. I know you were there. I just don't like. But it's crazy. Like this is what she tells people. Like she went on a podcast, dude, with some dude, and she's talking about. She says all that how she put me on and all this shit, but then she tells the dude that she was a model actress. And she was up for the role of Rose in Titanic. If you want to see somebody's fucking head almost blow off the back of their skull, watch this fucking interview. It is like if that's any indication of what a fucking complete nut job somebody can straight in the fucking eyes and tell you that you, a nobody, was up for the role of fucking Rose in Titanic. And just straight up, and then he's like, well, what happened with that? No, I didn't really want the role. I didn't like boats. I watch that shit. Whenever I'm feeling down, I put that on. My balls off. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, don't they come up with some fucking crazy shit they sure fucking do.
Bro, some of this, like, I have custody of my son, and I've had it half his life. I fought for it, and it had to come to like a real fucked up situation she got herself in for me to get it.
Right.
She still runs around to people and tells them like I'm a junkie and I'm a shitbag. And it's like, prior to a few years ago, I worked for the Transit Authority, random drug tests. I worked for the Transit Authority for almost 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
And this is since he was born, like
Yeah.
07. I've started, you know what I mean? Like, how was I out here doing everything you're saying I'm doing, and I've had custody of the kid for half the time you said I was doing? It's just, but she'll say it to anybody.
Yeah, well, it makes them feel better about themselves as they try, even if it's such a fraudulent claim. They just feel better about their own fucking shortcomings. They make themselves feel better by trying to piss all over you. That's all that shit is. That's just somebody with a big mouth who's very damaged and fucking has very low self-esteem, but with a big mouth.
It's crazy.
I know all about that, sir. All about it.
I'm sorry about that.
Lessons learned. I'm not. It's fine. I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I just know she should make you want to fucking choke somebody.
Oh yeah, but I'm better than that.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
But mine is the gift that never stops giving. Every fucking month, it's something else. So, and I don't let it, like, I don't personalize it. Like I said, I have custody of them, so I kind of just let her do her. But there's always some fucking story to tell, bro. It's always something happening that gets back to me, or I find, and it's just like crazy shit. And I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah. And she just keeps ticking. She just keeps on going.
It's like I try to put myself into that head of hers. It's like, it's a very chaotic, very fucking sad place to be. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's it. You hit the nail right on. It has to be.
It's like a prison riot in their fucking head.
It has to. Yeah, it's just absolute. Like, cannot fucking function without the presence of chaos in some area of your life.
1,000%.
It's not an enemy. We must create one to fucking.
Oh, big time, big time. And let me guess, your ex-wife always just wants a peaceful life. She just wants peace.
Yeah, she's a victim in this.
Yeah.
She's just doing her thing. She's just, and bitch owes me like $25,000 in child support. I don't have her locked up, but I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. We shouldn't talk about her. She's gonna request to be on your podcast to settle.
I don't even know who you're talking about, and it's not happening.
I would love it if it did. I would.
No, I would not do it. If you said, yo, do it on purpose, I would do it just to break your balls and just do it just to be an asshole.
It would not. The more video content that exists of this woman, the better, because someday she's really like, she's a really genuine, convincing person. And like, she used to be. Really
they all are. They're all very convincing. They're great actresses.
This is the thing, though. She was really good looking, and now she's getting older. Like, if she was good looking, you'll believe anything she says because you want to fuck her, most people.
1,000%. That's what it is, and they know that.
Now, we're getting a little long in the tooth, the ones that are still...
I love that expression.
Yeah. The ones that are not missing on the side.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a... Now we hear the stories, and it's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's true what you're saying, young lady.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, you've been a little emotional, try to get a little something going. Yeah, fuck out of here.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
It's crazy shit, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, bro. They're fucking
nutty.
It's nutty.
That's why, I mean, my current wife, she'll, like, it's so, like, when you're with a fucking psychopath for so long, and you are with a regular woman, like the shit, like today, my wife was like, you walked in the house, and now there's salt on the floors that we just redid. And I'm like, all right, then. And I don't even fucking, like, what do you want me to say? I'll take a Swiffer and wipe it up.
There you go.
My ex-wife would come in and be like, is that another girl's shoe print on the floor? Were you fucking the girl?
Oh my god, dude. I fucking live that shit.
That's, yeah, every fucking...
I live that shit, bro. Bro, I get like a brand new skin fade or whatever, and like I'll like scratch my, you know, like you get like a little fucking little piece of nail that's like a little sharp or whatever, and if you scratch yourself, it'll make like a little scratch.
Yeah.
Bro, I had one like on the back of my head. It was like one little line. She's like, where'd you get the scratch on your head? I was like, I don't know. Well, you can't scratch yourself. You don't have fingernails. I'm like, so what are you trying to say? Nothing. I'm just saying you can't scratch yourself. No, basically what you're fucking saying, you fucking psycho hoa, is that you think that I was banging some girl and she fucking scratched my fucking head. That's what you're fucking insinuating. You're a fucking psycho.
I mean,
but you have two phones and you don't pick up your phone. There's always an issue and you're always, you always have train trouble. But you're going to get the fuck out of here.
Don't you wish that you were just fucking everything that walked at that time? I don't know if you were, but I
wasn't.
I didn't. I was so fucking, dude, at the time when I was with her, I had such a bad drug problem with like Xanax pills. It started because I would have anxiety because of her, and I got a prescription for Xanax pills. The whole like last 5 years of our relationship, I would take 15 to 20 Xanax a day. The second I fucking moved out, I started weaning off of them shits. I was off them in a week. But that's how, like, so, and I was constantly being accused of shit like that. And it's like, bitch, I don't even want to fuck you.
Right.
My head is trying to find a plan out of this.
Right.
And I did. And it was like, but that's what they think, because I think that's what she was doing. It never really, there was no, like, solid evidence that.
Bro, we're telling each other's fucking story, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, at this point, I don't even want to fuck you because you just piss me off. Like, you're hot and all that shit, but like your attitude makes you fucking hideous. Everything is a fucking problem. You're miserable all the time. That's why I quoted that song, the lyrics on All Mouth that you did.
Be the enemy to blame for your shortcomings. Yeah.
Yes, all that. I was like, when I was listening to that, I was like, that's fucking perfectly said. That's why I put that up, exactly, because it resonated, right? But it's just like, yo, man. So now it's like, all right, I need a plan. Now I need to formulate a fucking plan to get the fuck out of here. And that fucking happened. And the way it happened was just like, it was almost meant to be. I got an apartment in like a day out of sheer coincidence. And then this and that and that. And then how did you get the apartment? You were planning this. Well, I was kind of planning it, but I really didn't have an out. I was wanting to do this, but then when it happened like this, and I wasn't even trying to do it. It just happened. You know what I mean? It was just crazy.
Oh, that's exactly what happened to me, except I went and lived at the laundromat. So, dude, I was fucking, at this time, this was, like I said, it was the end for the last couple years. This is when Diabolic was like really popping. Like the A Liar and a Thief came out. There was still Crazy Toys with Technique. I had money. I was making a lot of money. I would fly myself out to wherever the fuck he was at, and we would just go on these runs, a couple shows here and there, 3, 4, 5 shows. And I came back from one of them things, and I tried to stay away from her just because it was always a fucking fight. And I had gotten her an engagement ring, and she pawned the engagement ring when I was gone. And it's like, I was just like, whatever, bitch. And then I'm like, she's trying to talk to me about it, trying to get a rise out of me. I'm like, just get the fuck away from me, you fucking cunt. And I shut the door. I was in the living room, and it was in the Bronx. It was like a flat that went straight back. So the living room was in a bedroom.
Yeah, I know exactly those apartments. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in my fucking underpants watching Family Guy, and there's a fucking knock on the door. And there's only one type of people that knock like that.
Uh-huh.
And it was the police. And I opened the fucking door. I'm like, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Like, what? So what's up? Why are you here? And they were like, were you abusive to this woman? I was like, no, I didn't abuse anybody.
Right.
And then they turned to her like, you said he was abusing you. And she goes, he called me a cunt, officer. And the officer was like, last time I checked, it wasn't illegal to call somebody a cunt. And they walked out of the house.
She must have been so pissed.
Oh, God, dude. She was so fucking mad. I had I had the tour bag with me, so I just stuffed as much fucking shit as I could, and I bounced. I went to the fucking laundromat I also took my laundry bag because that was full as fuck. So I'm I'm like trying to figure this shit out. Where the fuck am I gonna go? I ended up back in Hempstead at my sister's house a couple days later because I worked in the Bronx. I still had to go to work in the Bronx every fucking day. Who the fuck? I'm 10 minutes away from Gun Hill, and now I got to take a hour in traffic to get there. It sucked, but it was still so much better than being with her.
Oh,
I would
100%,
sleep in
dude.
my car at work, and it was better than fucking her being with her. And
Yeah.
so yeah, life went on from there. And it just, if anybody listening to this is in a fucked up relationship that they think there's no way out of,
Get the fuck out. There's a way. It might be inconvenient for a little while, but get the fuck out.
gonna be inconvenient for a while. Just about up until the point where the stripper from that strip club starts licking your balls in the car,
Right.
and you have a guilt-free time doing it.
You don't feel like you're fucking cheating on her. Right. Fucking sick. Wow. Well, we the plethora of topics on this fucking episode.
Oh,
From
there's
gabagool to whores to fucking syphilis. Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like life.
I mean, basically,
Yeah.
my life is so fucking boring now. It's just,
Bro, so is mine, bro. Like this whack job thought that I had like the time and like the fucking energy to do all this underhanded behind the scenes fucking plot to fucking do dirty shit behind her back thing. It's like I wake up, I take a piss, I go to work, I come home, I'm writing a book and shit, so I'll fucking write. I'll go on a fucking road trip somewhere. I'll do a podcast. She sees everything I do. And, where were you? Oh, here, look at the Delta Bravo page. You'll see this photographic evidence of everywhere I was. Everywhere.
What you're talking about?
Huh?
Is it a new girl you're talking about?
No. There is no new one. There is no new. There's no new one. There's no nothing. I have peace.
Yes, that's the problem with me. And I talk about this with Sean all the time because Sean's just chilling. He don't give a fuck about like dealing with women anymore. He went through a lot of the same shit too.
I'm sure.
Like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, pussy is such an important part of my life. Like, I would never be able to be just purely single and just like jerk off or something. I don't know. I don't know how you guys fucking do it.
What it is, I just need a fucking break. I just need a break.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Will I remain single? No. But this is just, I just need peace for a while. That's it. I love the fact that I don't have to tell anybody where I am, where I'm going, when I'm going to be home. What do you want to do? What do you want to eat? What do you want to watch? All this fucking, I don't have no questions. No, oh, let's watch this. I put it on before the opening credits. They're snoring and farting on my leg.
Yeah, see,
it took me an hour to figure out what we're gonna watch. It's 37 seconds in, and you have your mouth open and you're farting on my leg.
That's not sexy at all.
God.
I mean, see, that's kind of older shit now that I don't care about one bit. Like after the shit that I dealt with the other one, like that regular shit like that. I just get up and go smoke pot on the fucking deck.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's a whole different deal for you. You don't have somebody who's insane that's doing this.
Right. Yeah,
it's like on top of the insanity and the accusation and their underhanded wacko fucking things that they create in their mind. And then I put this work into, all right, let's watch something. And then you can't get well, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
It's just so you did it. That's all that is. You just have to do. You have to be submissive and submit to their crazy nonsense.
Yeah, I submitted long enough for way too long. God, but yeah, it's crazy. Everything in my life was perfect. Everything, except the person that's supposed to be like right here is the one that's giving me the giant headache. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, how'd you wind up doing this whole fucking Wu-Locastro shit?
That's an interesting fucking. So Wu-Locastro is. Do you know who M80 is?
I don't.
M80's like a. He's like a guy. He rapped back in the day. He's like a sort of like a guy that puts together like deals with. He represents a lot of rapper dudes, and so M80 has a company where he licensed a ton of. I don't know how he acquires this shit or what the deal is, but. There's another dude called Anno Domini. He's a producer. Anno Domini back in the day, like in the early 2000s on SoundClick was like super popping. And I did a bunch of music with Anno Domini. On Anno Domini beats, I'm on like I think 3 or 4 of his first albums. And then he hooked up with M80, and I saw these two form this alliance on the internet where Anno Domini either makes the beats or has his in-house producers make the beats, and M80 gets the licenses for the verses, and then they sell the licenses, and then you could do whatever you want with it. So me being a lifelong fucking Wu-Tang Clan fan, I see this opportunity come up, and I'm like, why wouldn't I do that shit?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I paid to fucking license these verses, and I put out a fucking Wu-Tang EP.
Yeah.
But honestly, the reason why I did it is more important than how I did it. The reason why I did it is because a couple years ago, I don't know if you're familiar with Little Vic. He's a rapper producer from Long Island, super talented dude.
Yeah.
But he hits me up. I was sitting in this very seat. He calls me. He's like, "Yo, I'm in the studio with Tragedy Gaddafi. You want a verse?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm fucking Queensbridge Mob, fucking all that shit. I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I didn't even ask the price. I'm like, "Yep." So I get a verse from Tragedy. I did the song and sat on it for like 4 fucking years. I just sat on it, left it on my computer. And then, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or less than 6 months ago, I was like, oh, I got that Tragedy joint. And I put it out. And my Spotify was terrible. I would have like 47 monthly listeners. I put the fucking Tragedy joint up, and my shit, like, in the same week went from like fucking under 100 monthly listeners to 3,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is the missing piece to the fucking puzzle that I've always fucking I've been missing. Because I've done a bunch of records with Diabolic, but I don't share any of the metadata on them. So I don't get credit for like the plays or anything. It doesn't reflect on any of my streamers. So once I started realizing once you start collaborating with people that share a similar algorithm and fan base as you, then every time you drop a joint, it gets pushed
in there.
Because the other thing is, with the frequency that I drop music, like one of my friends listens on Spotify, and he's like, bro, you're at the top of my Spotify list every time I turn it on with a new joint. So, and it's not just him, it's everybody that's sort of in this niche market of underground hip hop shit is then exposed to my shit. So then once I expose them to the fucking, now you're talking about these 5 dudes that are affiliated Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
It shot up for a while. It was like 6,000 monthly listeners. It came back down. It's probably like somewhere in the mid 3,500. But like to me, then every time I drop my own shit, even without these people, all my shit gets pushed into that house. So it's like this whole thing that I had to figure out.
Yeah.
After just throwing shit at the wall for all these years, trying to figure out what it was. And that's truly, to any rapper that's listening, like a lot of people tried to like clown the idea that I wasn't in the studio with these guys making these records. I'm like, I didn't even respond to any of them, because I'm like, I don't like, I've been doing this shit a long time, and I've seen collaborations go down with whoever, and they're not in the fucking room with you. These kids have these rap fantasies about what it's supposed to be like, and this is a fucking business, dude.
Yeah.
This is ran like a business. That's how the business works. If you want to fucking put out a Wu-Tang record, you have to license the rights to do it. I don't care if Capadonna stopped by your house and spit you a verse. If you put it up and you don't have the license to do it, that shit is getting taken down.
Yeah. In a second. It won't even it'll be up for 10 seconds. It'll go down.
Like whoever owns the publishing on that or whatever has to be knowledgeable of it and sign off on it. So when that opportunity was presented to do it, I was like, fuck it, I can't lose. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you got Capadonna, Ghostface, fucking Inspector Deck, Killer Priest, and Master Killer.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was all produced by Bronze Nazareth.
Yeah. Crazy. Here's a fun fact about Jimmy Ferrari. I was in a Capadonna video for like a split second. You blink and you won't see me.
That's dope.
Yeah, out on Long Island somewhere.
I always wonder, like, even those like old Wu videos from back in the day, it'd always be like 2 or 3 white dudes, and I'm like, who's that guy?
Yeah, I was that guy. I'm wearing like a Don Mattingly fucking jersey. It was in like some bar with the it was it out on Long Beach? I think so. It was Capadonna was there, and it was like a performance, like him and a bunch of like hardcore bands, like my friend Tony's band played, and this whole thing. And he was filming a video. And this is like after he was like not really in the Wu-Tang really anymore. It was kind of like on the outskirts a little bit. But what the fuck was it called? Kappa, Cappa, I think was the name of the song. I don't even think it has a lot of videos, a lot of views on YouTube. But yeah,
I don't fucking know.
yeah, I'm in that. Fun fact. Go on, sir. Sorry to cut you off with my nonsensical story.
That tied in perfectly.
Did it though?
Talking about Capadonna, it's all of this shit. Like, I go back to all of this shit now. Like, I'll probably look that up later when I'm high, smoking a joint.
Yeah, just look for the guy with the mint hairdo and a fucking pinstripe fucking Yankee jersey. It's me.
Fucking fire. But, yeah, that's the reason why I did it. I love the Wu-Tang Clan, bro.
How could you not, bro? It's fucking even all their solos. How much fucking the under the Wu-Tang umbrella? How much fucking music is there? It's retarded.
Dude, even now, like I was listening to a fucking lot of Darkman album the other day, and it's like a lot of this shit when it came out, it was just so much coming out that I really couldn't, and I was doing my own music and I couldn't like digest all of it. But now that I could sit with shit and listen to it, and it's like it's hard like to appreciate the shit now for like I'm listening to it now as if almost like it's new.
Yeah,
and it's just so fucking dope. Like
it's ridiculous. That whole mid '90s from like '94 to like '97 era 8, like that all that shit. All the fucking the Method Man shit, the Raekwon shit, the Inspector, it's fucking retarded, bro. And then Method Man teams up with Redman, and then there's that whole fucking other offshoot. It's fucking bananas, bro.
I started buying all this shit on cassette tape now.
Me too. Oh, now?
Yeah, now I had it all back then. I had a fucking. You remember the Velcro? It wasn't Velcro. It had a zipper, but it had like 100 different slots in it.
Fuck yeah.
What the fuck my mother did with that? But if I had that right now.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, some of these tapes, the fucking only built for Cuban links on cassette tape is $1,000 fucking.
Isn't that fucking insane?
I had 2 of them.
Yeah, everybody had that.
Like fucking
everybody had them. And then we all fucking wore it out.
That's why I had 2, because one of them shits was popped with tape on it.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
It's all that shit is crazy now. But kids, when I posted that shit, kids were like fucking. There's kids like they'd be on Facebook like, oh, nobody ever fucking addresses me personally because they can't. Like, what are you gonna fucking say to me that I'm not gonna immediately respond to and make you look like a jealous dick?
Yeah,
because I'm so upfront with everything I do. It's like, and you're just on here being a fucking little dick rider talking shit. But one kid was like, oh, motherfuckers want to try to act like they're Wu-Tang affiliates. Like, never once did that come out of my mouth.
Right.
Anytime I've been asked about this project since, I tell them straight up. I licensed it. I fucking love the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, if you're going to hate on that, then go fuck your mother.
Yeah, go fuck your mother. Exactly. It's an opportunity that you fucking grabbed, and why not? You wanted to do it. Fuck what anyone thinks. Fuck that. You did it, and that's that.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can do something like that if they would like to. But the other problem is motherfuckers want to be a rapper but don't want to invest in themselves at all.
Right.
They want to have them accolades and they want to pay me $300 for a verse. I don't know you, so why can't I pay somebody that I don't know? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
That's my main thing. These are the same kids that were like in my inbox asking me how much to rap with them. And then you're talking shit. Just a bunch of jealous homosexuals.
Correct. And they're everywhere.
Oh, look, I want to promote this record real quick. This record right here, this is my name, Brown Lucci. I did a joint on here. If you didn't hear this, it's called Nightcap.
Okay.
This fucking joint on here is
what's the record?
The record is called Bang You're Dead.
Okay. From who?
Brown Lucci. It's Brown Lucci and Stu Bangers. Stu Bangers produced.
Stu Bangers, right there.
The beat is fucking hard as fuck.
Yeah, well, Stu Bangers fucking beats are retarded.
So yeah, he hit me up right at the end of when I was doing that 75 days, and he was like, "What's your PayPal?" And he just sent me money, and then he sent me a beat. I'm like, let's get it. And then I started listening to the shit. I'm like, yo, this dude is nice. So,
Nice.
but he got a version of me that was fucking like, dude, I was a maniac, right? I wrote the verse in like 12 minutes, but the hook I put on this shit is fucking retarded, bro. It's
Nice.
one of my favorite joints I ever did.
All right.
It's just staring at me, so I figured I'd tell you.
Nightcap.
Nightcap. This is another record you're probably familiar with.
Fucking so good.
Yeah.
I need to get the fucking Diabolic records on vinyl. I don't have any of them.
I only have them because I was
You were there.
I was there. I actually have a couple copies of fucking A Liar and a Thief on CD somewhere here too.
No shit.
Been trying to get them back for me for years, but then I don't know, just never happened.
He's trying to get them back?
They're his. They were in one of my bags from when we were doing.
What the fuck does he want them back for? Was he gonna sell them out of his car?
No, he wants to give them away in a contest or something. He told me. I was like, all right.
What contest is Diabolic doing?
Oh, look here.
He doesn't care about anything, but he cares about a contest.
He has these little fucking. He gets look at this right here. Bing bong.
And they're sealed.
I got another one too. Yeah, sealed. I got an open one in my car. I still listen to that record. That's one of the best records ever made.
It's true. I co-sign that statement, sir.
As far as hip hop is concerned.
Yeah. And there's some fucking joints on fucking fighting words, bro. Jesus Christ.
The words is dope too, but A Liar and a Thief was like, that was like, you know, I saw this guy, like, I remember the first time I was sitting in this dude, Brian Kelly's car. This is like 2000 or so. Whenever Dance with the Devil came out. I don't remember. It was 01 or 2000.
Yeah.
And fucking this kid was, and this was at like the peak of my I'm the best rapper alive. I'm going to kill everything. And he plays me this fucking song. And he's playing me Dance with the Devil. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because the whole story is like, but then this motherfucker comes on. Go ahead and grip Glocks. I'm like, and then he's like, that guy's white. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
At that time, I thought I was the greatest rapper alive that wasn't fucking a black dude from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't. When I heard that, I was like, Jesus Christ, I need to step my fucking game up.
Yeah.
Just like after that, seeing him around the cop shop and then becoming cool with him and like really like when A Liar and a Thief came out, it was the perfect like culmination of all of that energy into one record. And I'm not saying that Fighting Word wasn't dope because it was dope and it introduced me to a lot of people being on that record. So that was cool, but Liar and a Thief is my favorite.
Yeah. I'm not gonna fucking I'm not mad at that statement either. Oh, fucking crazy. When are you guys gonna do something else together? You all right? You gonna make it? You okay, bro?
I'm coughing on water. I don't know. I feel like I'm bothering him now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Fucking like, just like the whole thing where it's like I said, he just beats to his own drum. Yeah. I got a joint. It's I'm doing another record. Did you hear my album with No Hokai? I have an album with No Hokai.
I didn't hear. I saw it, but I did not hear it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
All right, so we're doing a part 2 to that album because I did that whole album when we were doing those 75 days. So
yes.
The after that, I continue to talk to No Hokai and send me beats, and we kind of just because he's a real like audiophile kind of dude with like sounds and how shit sounds and his beats. He's very meticulous with his production. So we took time and we did an actual record over the last year, and we got a joint. Me, RJ Payne. And I sent it to Diabolic. And like, I've asked Diabolic, is it done 1,000 times to the point I'm not asking him anymore. Because it's a weird dynamic for me. It's like, this guy is my friend and he's also a rapper. So it's like, where do you draw the line of like how much I'm going to break your balls? Like, it was like, he's one of my favorite rappers, but he's also.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to fucking annoy the shit out of you every day.
Right.
I'm like, whatever. So I'll be like, one last time, because I have to turn the record in for distribution. I'm going to be like, are you doing the record or not? And if he's just like, man, I'll be like, forget it. I'll tell No Hokai, push the button. It's over.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I still like, and that's the other weird thing is like we don't like release music at the same pace. Like he does whatever the fuck he wants, and I feel like completely motivated to do shit. Like my asshole is on fire, so it's like we don't operate on the same kind of plane. He's doing shit at his pace, and I'm over here going fucking nuts. Like, and
it's crazy that you both somehow or another wound up in the same room for the fucking the grind mode shit.
Well, that's because of him. That's the first grind mode shit we did. He was like, he's like, you want to do a grind mode cypher? I don't even know if he told fucking Lingo until the last minute. Like Lingo's the dude who runs grind mode, but it sends me the beat, and it's like the thing is like on Friday, it's like Monday. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then I went back and I did, I think 2 or 3 more. It might have been, I don't know. I think it was 2 or 3 more after that. One of them he was into, but yeah, no, that kind of shit, like. He put like I will never sit here and not give this man props for everything he did for my rap career, like getting me in places that, which is crazy because like it took him to get dudes like that to even notice me, like grind mode and shit. Like I would just be some other rapper dude,
right?
Like that wasn't my guy. You know what I mean? Like that's how hard it is to even get the kind of exposure like that you need to even try to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
That's when it comes to situations like this where he's not getting a record done, I'm like, whatever. Like, I would love to have you on the record, but I'm not going to break your balls. You've done
right. Yeah, 100%. I completely get it. Yeah. That's why like he never got back to me. Maybe he did. Maybe we're babbling, and he's like, "Yeah, send me the link a half hour ago." Imagine that. You know, it's not. There's nothing from Bollock.
I talked to him before. I talk to him pretty much every day. I tell him he's fat. He tells me I'm fat.
Yeah. Well, he also told me, he's like, one time, he's like, he's like, don't even text me, just call me. But then I feel like a jerk off. I'm not just going to cold call you. Like, I don't know. I'm just weird like that.
Got it. If you need to talk to him, you have to just call his phone because some people, and I'm one of them too, like, I don't really respond to texts unless I'm like taking a shit or sitting in a waiting room. Like, I won't, just, I don't know. I think it's because of just like how the phone came into my life. Like it was never like I never really texted. I just like I do now if like you know I have to say something like so I'll text Sean and be like you're a fat piece of shit.
Right.
Shit like that. Just when I'm taking a shit. So when he's taking a shit, I can brighten his day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, nah, sometimes some people are kind of old school in that way. You gotta call them.
No, I don't blame him. Texting is annoying anyway. Also.
And he's also very fat too, which is debilitating. So
didn't he gain a lot of weight, the guy? Poor bastard.
He's been a fat fuck his entire life, just like me. I mean, he's always been a fucking gigantic man. So
he's a very large man.
But yeah, no, I just tease him. He kind of like fat-toed a long time ago, where you just reach a certain level of fat. Same, like I go through the same thing with weight. Now I'm at a different level of fat. I used to be 50 pounds fatter.
Yeah.
I'm just this fat.
Right.
I did the fat mathematics on that one day. I was like, and the doctor, it was really the doctor who told me, he's like, every time you come in here, you're 252 pounds for the last 6 years. Why don't you get down to like 215 pounds and stay that fat?
Right.
No, you're right.
Right.
And you
got a point there.
You know, the blood pressure, the blood sugar, bring all that down and just exist in that world. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
You do. Nice.
I keep fucking putting these babies in there and shit. You know.
Yeah.
Doing the piece on life.
Full fucking house, bro.
Yeah, we got, I mean, I gotta, she keeps telling me I have to have a fucking vasectomy or something because I'm never going to stop fucking, so.
Right. So now, why don't you just have her stuff, her fallopian tube singed up?
Oh, you don't understand what that's like for a woman.
What about you? You want me to snip my balls?
Well, the thing is, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, went and did it. And he's like, that's nothing. I went back to work the next day. And you don't do anything, so you can take it. I'm like, fuck you, bro. You wanted your...
Fuck out of here. I don't care about my work day. It's my fucking ball bag.
Well, and also, this fucking guy we used to do shows with, my boy Grim. I don't know if you ever seen Grim Pesci on Instagram. He's a fucking maniac. That's my guy. But his dad's he was like a biker, and one of his biker friends did security with him. Big fat fuck. He had to be like 450. he had a vasectomy and his nutsack got infected. And ever since that day, I always swore I was like, I'm never having a vasectomy. I don't care if I'm
fuck that.
But now I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously entertaining the idea because I can't keep doing this to myself.
No.
And it's not like it's bad. It's just I'm fucking getting old, and these little fucks are expensive, and I'd like to just chill a little bit.
Yeah. And if and when you do it, you'll post it.
Oh, I'll post my nutsack.
I know you will.
I could go live. My nutsack will look like a fucking grapefruit.
Yes. It's like, I laugh every day because every once in a while, the stupid fucking algorithm or whatever, or somebody will like it, and for some reason it'll come up on my shit. There's the one of your wife and she's pregnant, and you point, and you're like, I made that with my dick. I'm just like,
yeah.
It's like, and I think that was the first time I was like, I wonder if his wife gets pissed off at him.
Nah, she I'm not friends with her on Facebook because
that's probably a good thing.
Well, I think I was early on, and then people would try to follow her, and she's like really private, like she's not into the whole like some I see some dudes, girls and wives that are like interacting on their page.
Yeah.
But fucking the people that interact with me to interact with my wife at all.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't understand their attempts at humor and just
and maybe your wife isn't just an attention seeker, you know?
Not at all. It's weird.
Right. Yeah, that's all that is. I need attention to fill this weird void that I have in me, and I just need validation, even though these people don't really know the true me.
To me, that's one of the weirdest things about her. Not that it's weird, it's just like the fact that she doesn't seek any external fucking like validation.
That's not weird, that's good. That means that she's a secure woman.
Right, it's great because the other one was like a fucking. She'd be posting a fucking asshole on the internet.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna pull my bathing suit front all the way down to a millimeter above your pussy crack, and then just say, "Oh no, well I'm just showing off my core because it's about fitness." Get the fuck out of here.
I post shit. I like we were in Aruba.
You're advertising. That's all you're doing.
I put her fucking my son. I took a picture of my son, but she was standing behind him with a big ass fat tits out and a giant pregnant belly. She's like, you posted that of me? Like, I wasn't even thinking about you, my son. Dude, some of the faces my son makes. I wasn't posting him for a while, but it's getting.
I saw some of it. I was fucking dying.
He'll stand there, and he'll just be like, we were standing by the pool, and he just stands there, just glaring at people. Just looking at him with his head down and his eyes just staring through. I feel like I look at old pictures of my great grandfather. I'm like, this is that motherfucker. He's in.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
It's awesome.
It's fucking nuts.
Yo, did you eat at the Aqua Grill like I recommended?
No.
You suck.
I had nothing to do with it. My sister and my wife, mainly my sister, had this thing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was like fucking
schedule.
And it was crazy. I went to some fucking place. I can't remember the name of it now. It was on the beach.
Well, you were in Aruba, so yeah.
No, but the tables were in the sand. And they seat us, and I look up, and my boy is sitting across from me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is like...
How the fuck, yeah.
It's fucking... I don't know. The world is
crazy.
Yeah,
buddy. Fuck. So, wow, bro, we've been going like an hour and a half.
I can't see any times. I don't know.
I had this running for about 15 to 20 minutes before I pressed record, and we're at an hour and 44.
Oh.
How the fuck did that even happen? You talk about syphilis and whores.
It's because I never shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah, you and me both. I just fucking talk about a whole lot of nothing and nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So,
yo, why don't you tell all the fucking kids where they can find you?
Right now I'm in West Hempstead. I don't live in Franklin Square. I know what you're asking me to do, but I'm just telling you.
I know what you're doing. I'm not fucking half a Momo.
I tell you A&S Bagels, it's because almost everybody in Long Island knows what A&S is, and there's a road that separates Franklin Square and West Hempstead. And it's across the street from my house. My kids go to Franklin Square School, so it's just easier to explain. But anyway, I'm Coast LoCastro on everything. at Coast LoCastro. If you type that into the internet, this fat face will pop up and start looking at you.
All right.
And I'll be there.
And I'll be there, staring through your soul.
And then
I have a recommendation.
yeah.
Yeah.
For who? For me?
No, for me.
What's that?
I'm being selfish right now.
Yeah, it's selfish shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, it benefits you, but I want it.
All right.
You need to make more merch.
I have a merch site. There's a ton of shit on there. Did you see it?
Apparently not.
I guess not.
Where is it? What's on there?
Go to PorscheMoney.com, which is my website, and I have no idea why it's called PorscheMoney.com. The initial thought was I'm just going to use this money to buy a Porsche, but I can't even buy a Porsche magnet with it.
Right.
No, I really like Porsches, but anyway.
There's a whole bunch of different shit on there?
There's a ton of shit on there. There's Wu-Locastro hoodies and shirts, and there's there's a ton of shit on there. I have a hat that says fucking chooch. On my Facebook, and then I just was scrolling and I see the fucking chooch hat. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now Fred Gable, that's my guy. But yeah, there's some merch up there.
All right, PorscheMoney.com.
It probably should be CoastLoCastro.com, but also I'm lazy and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the interweb fucking thing. Like you were talking about, the meta, blah blah blah, the fucking whatever the fuck, so you don't get credit for. I don't know that shit.
Yeah, that took a while to figure out, but yeah, I should make it easier.
Yeah. We definitely have to do this again when you drop something else, because I know you're gonna be dropping shit sooner rather than later. Maybe we could grab like fucking, I don't know, let's grab like a bunch of people and just have a whole fucking jerky fucking circle jerk over here.
Oh, you want to have a circle jerk, huh?
Like just like a bunch of fucking jerk offs all over the screen, and we just fucking talk, and everyone talks over each other, and it's just a fucking chaotic mess of a podcast.
I could arrange that. We'll get a couple of jerk offs in there.
Yeah. Who are you thinking? Let's throw some names out there.
I mean, obviously, Diabolic, if he'll do it. He's a fun shit talker.
Well, I had him on, like just me and him, like 5 times.
I know.
He's like a fan favorite, and I can talk to that dude all day long.
Yeah, he's easy. He's funny. He talks a lot of shit. Definitely him. Nightwalker. Do you know Nightwalker?
I'm friends with him, and I see his stuff all the time, and he makes ridiculous beats. I would definitely like to have Nightwalker on.
He's
from Chicago, right?
He's from Long Island.
But he's in Chicago or something?
Chicago, but he's like our original friend that we used to go punch people in the face with. That's why I'm naming these people. Nightwalker. I would say Cole Cash. I don't know if you know Cole.
I don't know.
He's
I know of him. I don't know.
He's a fucking maniac too. He's from the ilk of maniac.
Okay.
Grim Pesci. This is another. We could have a whole night of just like when we get together at like I seen these guys. I didn't see Grim, but we'll go out to dinner sometime, and it'll just be all stories of different people that got choked and stabbed.
Yeah, of course. Reminiscent about the glory days. Of course, it's the fun shit.
Yeah, or we could get like Johnny Slash. He'll come on here with his mustache or something.
All right.
Say something.
I'm down, bro. Let's try to get something together. I don't care when it happens. It doesn't have to be like a fucking year from now. Do it in a month or 2. I don't give a fuck.
I'm down. Yeah, No Hokai too. The next album that's coming out is either the No Hokai album or High Q. So, and it's happening in the next month or 2. So.
All right, let's get a whole fucking gaggle of fucking assholes on here.
Gaggle. All right.
You like that? A gaggle of jerk-offs.
All right. Fine. All right. Sure. Coast LoCastro on everything. Coast LoCastro on OnlyFans. I show my whole dick. I'm sure everybody's curious. Check me out. It's only $7 a month.
There you go. My man. I appreciate you, and we're gonna do this sooner rather than later, brother. And everybody cop the fucking /Coast. It's fucking dope. Download it, whatever the fuck you do. It's fucking heat, the whole thing.
Very nice. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right?
Exactly.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now, sir.
Bye.
Bye.